A load balancer service is for one common question: how do users outside the cluster reach pods running inside the cluster? A normal service already gives a stable internal address and points to pods through labels and endpoint slices. Load balancer adds an outside entry point on top. In YAML, the key change is spec type load balancer. You still define selectors and ports, but now Kubernetes also asks for external load balancer integration. Here is the shape. The service listens on port 80, forwards to target port 8080, and selects pods labeled app equals AP. The important detail is that Kubernetes itself is not magically creating cloud hardware. A cloud controller or load balancer integration must fulfill the request. If your cluster has no load balancer provider, the service can sit with external IP pending. The YAML is valid, but no outside balancer appears. When it works, traffic flows from the user to the external load balancer, into the cluster service path, then to one selected backend pod. Conceptually, load balancer is not a replacement for service routing. It sits in front of Kubernetes service plumbing and forwards traffic into it. When you inspect a load balancer service, the ports column often shows the service port and an allocated node port. That helps explain the path into the cluster. The service can have an internal cluster IP for cluster clients and an external address for outside clients. They are related, but they are not the same thing. The external load balancer only gets you to the service. If selectors or pod labels are wrong, there may still be no healthy backend endpoints. Use a load balancer service when you need a straightforward external address for a service and your environment supports provisioning one. Do not confuse it with Ingress. Ingress is about HTTP routing rules. A load balancer service exposes a single service through infrastructure. When it fails, check 5 things. Does the cluster support load balancer? Did an external IP appear? Are ports correct? Do selectors match? And do endpoints exist? The Mengtel model load balancer is an external front door attached to normal Kubernetes service routing. The pods are still chosen by labels and endpoints.